Could you explain the difference between yielding isometrics and overcoming isometrics? What are the benefits of each? Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is askEricMoss. I'm a personal trainer, motivational speaker, and a modern-day performing strongman. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day performing strongman is, picture the strongman of old, legends of the past like the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass. They would perform real-life feats of strength as part of a live show. I do a similar thing, but with a modern-day twist. Some of the feats of strength I've performed in front of a live audience include things like bending steel bars, breaking chains with my chest, twisting horseshoes, rolling up frying pans, and even holding back a high-performance motorcycle while taking off at full throttle. Now, being a modern-day performing strongman and the fact that there is not a whole lot of us around these days to answer people's questions, in an effort to grow my YouTube channel by giving you guys what you want, I started a YouTube series called askEricMoss, where I would invite you to ask me a question by dropping it in the comments below. And when you do that, I try to get back to you with your very own custom video answering your question. Pretty neat, right? So this question comes from @TomMac6466, and they asked, could you explain the difference between yielding isometrics and overcoming isometrics? What are the benefits of each? Thank you for asking that. So, I end up actually using both of them in my training methods to train up to various feats of strength. So, we'll start with overcoming isometrics. Overcoming isometrics, in its essence, is pushing and pulling against unstoppable or immovable objects with as much of the unstoppable force as you can generate in a given moment. Examples of this would be like taking a steel bar that is outside of what my current range is and pushing on it as hard as I can for a certain period of time, right? That would be considered overcoming isometrics, and that's what's going to have the highest transfer to things like bending steel bars and twisting horseshoes and rolling up frying pans and that sort of thing. Now, yielding isometrics is essentially when you become the immovable object and you are resisting against the unstoppable force. Examples of this would be like if you were to hold a weight off to the side. Isometrics is basically when the muscle fibers aren't shortening or lengthening, right? Those would be considered concentric contractions or eccentric contractions. And this would be considered an isometric contraction, where things aren't moving. And yielding isometrics are in almost every exercise you can think of. It would be like things like planks or the push-up. A push-up is essentially a moving plank. When you're doing seated rows, your torso is locked into position as you have dynamic limbs. So that would be an example of yielding isometrics. And the feat of strength that is probably the most direct example of this would be holding back that motorcycle, because I am locked in this position trying to prevent the motorcycle from moving. And the motorcycle represents the unstoppable force, but in this case, I'm the one that stops it. So anyways, I hope and the benefits are, one is good for maximizing your strength output for a short period of time. That would be the overcoming one. And one is a little bit better suited towards endurance-based things. That would be the yielding isometrics. And you want to have, I'm not going to tell you what you want, but I want the best of everything, right? I want to be able to have it all. So I train it all, but I train it in a way that I can easily recover from and in a way that is sustainable. So anyways, I hope that answers your question. If anybody else has any questions for me, drop it in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you with your very own customized video answering your question. But if you like this video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, or you want to see the chronicles from my various performances across the country, subscribe to the channel. If you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. This YouTube thing isn't rocket science. And if you want to support the channel, do all the things I just mentioned. Or you can also provide a super thanks. That does help out the channel. You can also pick up a copy of my book, which chronicles my story, becoming a modern-day performing strongman. That sort of thing also helps out the channel. But that's it for today. Stay tuned for next time. And in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.